My story starts in 2010. I was diving in Phuket, this island called Koh Bon. It's a beautiful reef, hundreds of square meters of reef, full of life. Lots of little fish swimming around, mantas overhead. Everybody was so happy that we wanted to go back again in October. But during the summer months, the water got warm, too warm, and all the corals bleached. By the time we got back in October, everything was dead. The whole reef was covered with algae. All the little fish were gone. Luckily, there were still mantas, so people were still happy, but it made a very deep emotional impact on me. And I knew I wanted to do something about it. So the first thing I did was I got back to Singapore, and I'm not a marine biologist. I emailed a marine institute, and I told them, I'm a diver, and I saw this happen. I want to do something. What can I help with? Until today, 15 years later, they still haven't replied me yet. So I figured I'm going to have to do this myself. Around the same time, I heard about this guy, and he basically planted an entire forest by himself. And I thought, if he can do this for the land, why can't we do this for the reef as well? So that's what we did. This is in 2019. You can see the seabed is littered with the sand and coral rubble, evidence that there was a reef here. Now I want you to look at that statue and the rock. This is what it looked like in 2021. This was 2 years after restoration. We just put in some structures, planted some corals. I don't know where the fish came from, but there they are. This was 2 years after restoration. This is what it looked like after 5 years. And you can see the coral is so dense, and there's so much habitat and so much life above it. If this doesn't convince you, maybe a video will. This was from early 2023. Same place, but this time we're swimming upslope. And you can see the structures below with the corals on top of them. So dense. And this is pre-AI, so it's true story, yeah? And this is how we used to do it. We would place our structures underwater and build this web that we can attach corals to. These are volunteers, tourists that come and join us to help us plant corals. That's me there on the right, doing maintenance on the older section of the reef. Because we don't just plant the corals, we still want to be able to take care of them like you would a garden, to keep them healthy and alive. Now we have a pontoon floating above our restoration site, and you don't need to be a diver. Anybody can come and help. This greatly accelerates the growth of our reef. And with the help of tourists and volunteers, we've managed to build this much reef. We use this. This is the smallest of the 7 structures that we have. And we plant corals on these metal bars right here, allowing us to plant 320,000 coral fragments so far. I'm a non-professional. I did not start with a marine biology or marine scientist background. And now we have a science team working with interns from around the world, collaborations with universities from the US, the UK, and Australia as well. We recently had a bunch of interns, 8 of them actually, from Lombok and Java, the neighboring islands to Bali. And what made me so happy about them coming, because this is their country, this is their environment, and that's what they built. This is our biggest structure yet, 2.5 meters tall, and the fish just love it. So if you haven't already connected with the reef, I urge you to dive in, immerse yourself in it, and I'm very sure you'll love it like the rest of us do. What I love most about what I do is it's so tangible. It's right there, you can see it, you can touch it. Now, early 2024, we even had baby sharks come in. Right? When we first came, they were like that, maybe 30 cm long. Now, almost 2 years later, they're still there and they're about 1.5 meters long. This means that the whole ecosystem has rebounded. And we're only at 6,500 square meters. Imagine if it's 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. I think that what we need is simple farming ideas, and that's what will save the reef. Not the sexy tech, not the AI, not the 3D printing. We need simple, modular, cheap, no skill necessary kind of technology. Because that's what the reefs need. We need kilometer-scale reefs, right? Because the ocean is vast. It's what tourists want to see as well, reefs full of life. Even better if they can participate to contribute to it and make it better still. That's what local community wants, sustainable income, because they need to eat. Even better if that income is coming from restoring reefs. Just like our 30 of us local staff who get sustainable income from the regenerative tourism activities that we do. Now, for the 20 years that I've been diving, every year I will go back and see places get worse and worse. And I always wanted to build a place that got better and better instead. Now that I have, I'm so happy to be able to share it with all of you. And it makes me really happy because it gives me hope. Hope for nature, hope for our future. And ultimately, I think if I can do this as an ordinary guy, what will it be like when we all get involved? Thank you so much.